Good morning, everyone. This is a set collection video about artist proof and signed cards. I looked at some gold bordered World Championship cards over the weekend for the Magic's 30th anniversary celebration, and some other signed cards that I had in binders, and then I reminded myself that I had this big old binder of Mike Raabe artist proof cards and signed cards. So it is a 2 to 3 inch 3-ring binder in Ultra Pro 9 card pocket pages. Back when I started collecting artist proofs in the late 90s, early 2000s, this was the way to store cards. And it's kind of nice because you can see the front and the back of the cards. So this collection is primarily artist proof cards, which have the white backs. They were printed in various quantities from 50 to 100 per card, and then they were given to the artists, and the artist would sign them and give them out as business cards or sell them at conventions or draw sketches on the back. And this was pre the popularity of sketching, so I don't have any of these cards with sketches on the back, but I do have them signed by the artist, Mike Raabe. I had originally purchased a number of these cards from him through his website back in the late 90s, and he sent me a full set of his artist proof cards. He was missing 3 Ice Age cards, Norrit, Ray of Erasure, and Wild Growth. So in exchange, he sent me the foreign copies, foreign language copies of his cards. So I threw those in this collection as well. So we will go through this binder and I'll show you what the Mike Raabe artist proof cards look like, and point out some of the differences in each of those. So the first card was the first card he did for the Ice Age set, which was our Dark Wastes. So it's a special land. This is just a basic unplayed copy of the card. So I always have like a control subject in each of these pages. So I have the regular card, I have the signed card that he signed. So in order to get some of these signed, I had to mail them to him, and I last did that in 2016 when they came out with some unset cards. He has a few cards that came out that year, so I reached out to him and got the last few cards signed that I needed for my set here. This is an Art Dark Wastes artist proof in English, and then I also have some of the other languages. These 4 down here are different languages. Looks like French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, I think are the 4 languages. This is a German, a Dark Arvusta, just a regular German card, foreign black bordered. There's, I think, 6 cards. Let's see, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards in Ice Age. He did Deflection. So this is Deflection with 5. We have the English and 4 foreign artist proofs. He did Glacial Crevasses. This page is full, so I have English signed artist proof, foreign artist proof, artist proof, artist proof, artist proof, and a German. Norrit was a popular card of his. This one he was missing the artist proof, so I do not have a Norrit artist proof. Just a couple of the foreign languages. Ray of Erasure is another one. He was missing the English artist proof, but he did send some foreign language copies. Sacred Boon is in the collection. English signed and an artist proof. 1999 was when I did the first order, so most of the cards he signed his name, and then 99 afterward. This is an English artist proof. Also Ice Age. Wild Growth was the 3rd one that he was missing, so that is missing right there. But I do have a German copy, another Spanish or Portuguese copy. And then the last Ice Age card was Wrath of Merit Lage. I have all of those in this binder. Bestial Fury. The next set he did was Alliances. And so there were two versions of artwork. There was this gorilla with the necklace and then there was another image of the gorilla. I always thought it kind of reminded me of Guardian Beast for some reason back at the day, but those were the two copies of Bestial Fury. These are both artist proofs, and he signed this one in '98 and this one in '99. So those are those two versions. There's also Burnout was from Alliances. I have the English signed and an artist proof and some foreign language copies. And then Contagion was also a really popular Alliances card that he did with the cat on it. That's pretty cool. And that's the artist proof. So those were his first two sets, Ice Age and Alliances. Then we have some gold bordered World Championship cards that came out in the very first and second sets, after the 96 and 97 World Championships. These did not have artist proofs, so this column in the binder is going to be empty. So all I could get was the regular card plus his signature on it. Looks like there are 6 cards. There were 2 players that used a Dark Hour Wastes, a Contagion, a Deflection, a Gazban Ogre, which was an Arabian Nights card that he did the art for the reprinted version, and a Spike Weaver from Exodus, I think. That's a really good card. So those 6 gold bordered cards came in World Championship decks. They did not have artist proofs, so I just had him sign the regular cards. These are 5th edition Deflections that did have an artist proof, so we have a couple copies of Deflection in 5th edition. We have Gazban Ogre from 5th edition as well, and some foreign language, just some plain foreign language copies. I believe that's Chinese or Japanese. I do have 1 artist proof there. Leshrak's Right in 5th edition. English signed, artist proof, foreign languages. It's kind of my organization storage method for these. Sacred Boon also in 5th edition. Pretty cool. I like the white with the white border. That's pretty great. Then we have a couple of these cards were also reprinted in 6th edition. Deflection with the artist proof, foreign languages, German. These business cards were probably the company I was ordering from at the time. This was a German company that I was able to just visit their website and order cards off of. In German, there's an old ABU Games business card, and CCG House was the other company that had a lot of. They would sell artist proofs. They'd also sell the regular cards that I needed to get signed by Mike Raabe. There's an uncommon Leshrak's Right in 6th edition with the artist proof. Then we went into Tempest, was the next kind of Tempest block came out. Mog Cannon was one of his cards. I have that in the artist proof. Patchwork Gnomes, English sign proof, and then a couple copies of the Patchwork Gnomes in different languages. Talon Silver in Tempest, English signed, artist proof. foreign languages, which there are several of. I think that by this point, Wizards started printing these cards on like 8 or 9 different languages. He did a couple of cards for Portal. He did Ardent Militia, Scorching Spear, Temporary Truce, and Wrath of God. So these all have English signed proof, English signed proof. Here's a proof, Wrath of God proof from Portal. Very nice. I have a German Wrath of God, and then Stronghold maybe. Did Sky Shroud Falcon. And then we have the unset. Recently we opened up some Unfinity cards, so this was Unhinged, Unglued, one of those unsets. He did Common Courtesy. This set did have artist proofs, so I have Common Courtesy, Free Range Chicken, Gazban Ogress, all with the regular card, the signed version, and the artist proof on the side. Exodus, he did Fighting Chance, which was a rare. So I have those 3 and artist proof, and then some foreign language copies. I have Spike Weaver, which is a good rare from that set. English signed, artist proof, foreign languages. Then we moved to the Urza's block. He did, I think, 6 cards in Urza's Saga. He did Bedlam. So I have that proof and some foreign copies. He did Falter. Jagged Lightning, an uncommon. Ock, which is a rare. Raise, which was a common. And Steam Blast, which was an uncommon. So most of those have the regular, the English signed, and the artist proof, and then a couple foreign language copies when I could find them. They were fun to find. They were hard to search for if you didn't know what the title was in a different language, so you'd have to sort of pick one of the sites that had foreign language cards and then just click the filter to search for, Scorching Spear, for example, search for foreign language copies. And you can usually see by the picture, if they have a picture of it, you could kind of compare it to what you're looking for. So this Scorching Spear with the white border was in the starter set. We have a reprinted Spike Weaver. This starter had a artist proof up here. The Spike Weaver and the Steam Blast from that reprinted set did not have any artist proofs. Wild Growth from the Beatdown set did have an artist proof, but Contagion from the Deckmasters did not have an artist proof. So this is just a signed Deckmasters Contagion, which still great art, very Halloween appropriate if you're looking for black cats. Urza's Legacy was the next set. This is probably the set where I got really into collecting artist proofs. This was the first set that had foil cards. So we have Granite Grip foil. You can see how the shooting star really pops on these old school foil cards. This is a regular Granite Grip signed foil. They did not make artist proof cards for the foils, so that does not have a foil next to it. Joyra's Toolbox was the card that the artwork that I really inspired me to kind of like contact Mike and get into collecting his cards. So this is a German foil Urza's Legacy Joyra's Werkzeugkoffer toolbox. Regular copy. I did have him sign one of my English Joyra's toolbox foil from Urza's Legacy. And of course I have the proof from Urza's Legacy, Joyra's Toolbox proof. That's the one I wanted first, and then it kind of like went down the rabbit hole from there and tried to get the rest of the cards. And so since I did like the toolbox, I have several of those in different languages. Snap was another Urza's Legacy card that had foils. So there's a Snap foil signed by Mike Raabe. And then Tinker, which we saw in the John Finkel deck, he did have an artist proof, excuse me, artist proof for Tinker. That's what the English artist proof looks like for Tinker. And there was foil Tinkers in this set. So there's an English foil. There's an English foil one signed by Mike Raabe. So I can grab a. Cool. And some foreign language Tinkers from different sets. These are also different languages. Remendar foil. And this looks like Japanese foil. Not signed, but still pretty cool in foil. Then he did the World Championship cards. Obviously, I had him sign this one, where you can see the stamp of the John Finkel signature there. So those are all the Tinker cards that Mike Raabe did. Then he skipped. Well, there was Frenzied Tilling, which had artist proofs, also had foil cards, but no artist proofs for the foil. So this is a Frenzied Tilling, foil signed, Frenzied Tilling, artist proof. Guard Dogs from Plane Shift, I think, is the set, 2001. That had artist proofs. It also had regular foil cards, Plane Shift, regular foil, and then some foreign language editions. Canopy Spider was reprinted in 7th edition. It did have artist proof. It also had foil. So this is a 7th edition foil, but no proofs for the foils, but it did have a black border to the foil. So I had him sign a 7th edition Canopy Spider foil, a foreign version of it. And I think the last card that he did was Mana Screw for Unhinged. The first unset was the Unglued, but this is Unhinged. And I needed to get an artist proof of the Mana Screw from Unhinged, and he had one of those. So that was probably the last card I acquired from him in 2016. And then he also did some other cards from Legend of the Five Rings, was another TCG, CCG set that he did. And so he signed this one in 2001. I think I found that on eBay, but it came with a certificate of authenticity that Mike Raabe signed this 1996 Doji Kuwanan card from Legend of the Five Rings. And so that I threw in the binder, and then he sent me a little thank you post-it note on one of my orders that I sent to him. So that's my collection of Mike Raabe artist proof cards from 95 through 2001.